Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you today? First and foremost, I am so excited if this video found you because it means that there's something I'm about to say that you need to hear. And let me rewind and say, I'm not even quite sure what I'm going to say because all of these videos are organically orchestrated. It's when I get the nudge from spirit, when I feel called to sit down and press record and to just see what happens. That's what these videos are. So if you are new to me, my name is Christina Har. I am an energy intuitive and channel. I am a Reiki attuned master, certified somatic alignment practitioner, some labels, some things, but I say don't worry about it. This channel specifically is created for us to have a safe space together where we can just connect heart to heart, human to human. It's specifically for those of you who are feeling in any kind of emotional pain where you need to be able to connect with someone with no strings attached. And by connect with someone, I mean, I want you to be able, if you're having a hard day, I want you to be able to turn on this channel specifically, look for me, look into my eyes and connect into my heart and know that you are being energetically held and loved and that you're not alone. Whatever kind of suffering and circumstances that you're currently going through, knowing that you're going to be okay, that I'm here with you, that angels, spirit guides, ancestors, God, we are all here with you, holding you. This is the place to come to be reminded. And like I said, with no strings attached, you just have to turn it on, turn us on. So I did tell you I do some energy healing, and I've been feeling called, to share this with everybody and anybody, because right now as a collective, we are going through so much grief, anger, and fear as a collective. And not a lot of people know about the power of energy healing and exactly what it is and what it can do for you. And then if you do know about it, you're going to see a price tag on it and be like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that, or that's expensive. You're going to feel some kind of way. And trust me, I get it. So in addition, this channel, us connecting heart to heart, I want to offer you a little bit of my own healing journey of what I've been through and what has helped me. I want to offer you some energetic healing and perhaps a channeled message from spirit. I never know what's going to come through until I'm actually here in the moment doing it. So, yeah, so if you're here, just stay. That's what I always say. Just stay. And now recording this, look, I'm looking at this. It's a Philly thing. And I only bring this to your attention because I want to say, please don't judge me by all my sports gear. I live about an hour outside of the city. I love all things sports, but I promise you, the reputation that Philadelphia fans have of being angry, mean, and aggressive, sure, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. That is a real thing, but that is not me. I love football. I love sports. I love competition, but I promise you, I am peaceful. So please don't judge the Philadelphia thing. If you see my videos and you see me wearing Eagles and whatnot, I am not a mean soul. Oh my goodness, very quite the contrary. I'm doing these videos. I am putting myself out there on a platform because every part of my soul craves love, unity, and connection. And I'm sorry if I'm going to get emotional right now, but the division that we have in our world literally breaks my heart. It brings me down to my knees, in emotional pain. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're blue, if you're red, whatever, your beliefs, your religious beliefs. At the end of the day, we are all one. We are all interconnected. So let's just take a couple of minutes every day and act like it. Let's just put all of our belief systems aside, even if it's when you're just watching these videos, the 20 minutes or whatever these videos are going to be, and let's just connect human to human, heart to heart. I wanted to share specifically when I sat down, I pray first and I call in the angels and my guides and ascendant masters and God to be with us first and foremost, to offer us energetic protection and to allow it to come through whatever needs to come through. And what I was hearing specifically is they wanted me to share with you my journey of Lyme disease. So I don't know if you are affected by it or if someone you know is affected by chronic Lyme, but I am. I go through a lot of pain in my joints, a lot of fatigue, and I just wanted to kind of say like what happened, like where it stemmed from and how I'm managing it today. So let me say, this was back in the beginning of 2024. I was emotionally not well. I'm going to put it out there. I have all kinds of diagnoses that if you saw me and met me only on paper, you'd be like, ooh, wow, might be a little afraid. But I promise you don't have to be, because it's not me. I'm talking about diagnosis that includes anxiety, depression, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and ADD. I have been on antidepressants since the time I was 24 years old. I want to say that's when it started. So it's been a solid like 15 years with the help of psychiatrists, therapists, doctors, trying all the things, right? Like rewind to my early 20s, trying to just survive and thrive and not let the world know like the pain I was in, which is why I was on the medicine. I was taking it to try to be able to put a smile on my face and just show up for everybody and not let them know like the internal pain. So fast forward 15 years, and at this point I had been on like such an intense healing journey with different therapists, a trauma therapist, a Christian therapist, oh my gosh, a licensed practitioner, LPC, that is also a shaman and can do energy work. Like when I tell you I had tried all the things, I was trying all the things. And here I was back in 2021, and I had taken like a deep crash, a deep dive. Was not well. Mentally was not well. My PTSD had spiked like in an all-time high. And I can look back and appreciate everything that was happening and see that the circumstances behind why it spiked, God had been doing a huge clearing on my life to remove what was no longer serving me so I could get into my highest timeline. But at the time, it just put me in huge fear and panic and disbelief, just like a level of scare that I had never experienced in my life. And then, back to the medicine, it's like nothing was working. Like I was so discouraged. I was like, nothing is working. So with my energy healing and like knowing like the power of like what this can do, I was like, I need to find an alternative route. I need to find something different. I had gone out of state to a world-renowned energy healer who can channel White Buffalo Woman. And in that session with her, she had shared with me the fact, she never met me before. All we did was exchange an email to say, pick out time and date. But she shared with me that I had been using these antidepressants as a mask, as a crutch, and that I was not meant to be on medicine in this very particular lifetime, that I had come here, I had made a deal with a conscious creator to come here and to work on all the things, to feel all the feelings, and not only for myself, but for the collective and my ancestors, to break a lot of cycles. And when she told me in a channeled state that I was on the medicine only to use it as a crutch, that it wasn't what was going to help me, and in fact, it was really hurting me, I literally fell to the ground and just started sobbing. I was an emotional wreck because you guys, there at the time, like I was so desperate. Like there was nothing I wanted more than to be able to take a doctor prescribed pill, paid by insurance to help me feel better, plain and simple. And for her to say, like, no, that's not your path, that's not going to work. Wow, mind blown. I was like, not okay. And then it put me into that sheer panic of like, how am I ever going to get off of these medicines? Like SSRIs, like they are no joke. They are very serious. And please let me tell you this. I'm telling you this story because it's my story. It is me, 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 me. This is not you. So please do not feel that I am telling you that antidepressants are a crutch for you, that you should not be using them, and that you should be going the holistic route. Please, no. I would never, ever, ever wish this upon anybody. I am telling you my own personal journey of what I needed to do for me. So anyways, the long story short, this session with her was in October, and I'm just like a wreck at this point because I was like, oh my God, I want to feel better. I need to feel better. How am I going to get off these medicines? Like, it's not going to happen. I'm going to get so sick. I want to say 2 months later, I went to a breathwork workshop, and the facilitator, who I had never met before in my life, I had found this like on a Facebook event, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go try it out, right? Because I'm trying all the things like, energy and working with my body. She had shared with us part of her story about how she overcame PTSD and some really extreme circumstances in her life, and that she's no longer on medicine, that she had completely done it the holistic route. So I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. So she's a wellness coach. And if this does speak to you, like if you do feel called and feel like you've tried all the things and nothing's working and would like a wellness coach, I would love to share her name and number with you because she's absolutely incredible. She was literally my lifeboat when I felt like I was drowning in the ocean, a dark ocean. So anyway, I started working with her, and she really gave me the courage to believe that I could do this. I could get off the medicine. So with the help of both her and my psychiatrist, because mind you, I did not do this cold turkey. I did everything by the book. We started to slowly wean and gradually get off and work through this together. And this was, I want to say in March, by the time I was able to wean off completely of the SSRI. And then doing this, I was spending more time out in nature to learn. I was learning different ways to regulate my nervous system. And being out in nature is incredibly therapeutic. It's so good for your body. Well, little did I know at the time, spending so much time in the woods, I had contracted Lyme disease. Right? And I didn't know this for a long time. I was literally in so much pain and suffering through my weaning off the medicine that every sign and symptom I had, I just contributed to coming off the medicine. So I didn't get checked out by the doctor. I let myself go because I was thinking this was just a part of the process. This was part of the detox, the mind fatigue or the fatigue, the brain fog, the joint pain. I was feeling all these new aches and pains throughout my body that I was like, what the actual heck is happening? But I knew like coming off of medicine, I shouldn't compare it to coming off of heroin because I cannot speak to that. But I'm just saying like the severity of the situation of how severe it is coming off of medicine is like coming off of that addictive drug. Like your body goes through a lot. So Here, I had just been suffering in silence. I wasn't sharing with anyone in my world about coming off the medicine, aside from my husband and my wellness coach. I think out of fear because I I had this strong conviction, this gut, this inner knowing that if I wanted to not only live but thrive, it was a must. It was a non-negotiable. Like I had to do this. And I think I felt a lot of fear saying if people knew the pain and suffering that I was going through within my own mind, that they would talk me out of it. And I agree, right? Like if I saw anyone in pain and suffering, I'd be like, take a pill for that. There's a pill for that. Well, in my case, I didn't believe that to be true anymore because it was not working anymore. So for months, I was literally in 7 layers of hell on earth and trying to do this with a smile on my face, showing up to work every day, like not letting people know, like I am literally freaking dying inside. And it was like the next level of pain because not only was I severely withdrawing from my medication, I was seriously suffering from Lyme disease. All the signs and symptoms you could think of, I had them. And so I want to say it's like fall by this point, right? I had, I should say, rewind. I came off the medicine in March of 2024. A lot of pain. Started seeing a chiropractor for the new pain within my body. He worked with me for an entire summer and he was just like, I'm at a loss. I don't know why you're still in so much pain. So then I went to my primary doctor and she's like, let's test you for Lyme. And I was like, okay, I don't think it so. Here, because there's me, right? The holistic girl saying, like, I'm doing energy work, I am meditating, I'm in the woods, I'm doing all the things. Like, it can't be. But she's like, no, let's just test you. And once it came back. I had several different strands of Lyme, which I was very well uneducated with this disease that ticks can hold multiple strands. Wouldn't you know, I had them all. And I had these for like at least 6 months. It came back that it was old. So we had done the math to figure it came probably around like April. And now this is like the end of September, beginning of October that we're finding the results. And so, of course, immediate action, right? Lots of antibiotics, supplements, like doing the medical thing to help clear my body. And I'm bringing all of this to your attention to say that you need to honor what your body is going through. If you are in any kind of pain and suffering, please, I beg you with all that I am to say, don't do it alone. And this is like where I could cry and I could get emotional. And I really held my pain in silence. I did not let my friends know. I did not let my family know, aside from my husband. I did not let my employer know. I just had a strong conviction thinking I needed to do this and I needed to do this alone. And I did not want to be talked out of it in any other way, shape, or form. And I'm not, I can remember there was a time in that journey where I was vacuuming and listening to music. And just like a wave of emotion came where I needed to cry. I literally hid in my bedroom closet and cried in silence. Like I didn't want my husband to know. I didn't want my kids to know. I didn't want to scare people. I didn't want people to worry. And another big part of why I have this YouTube channel is to say you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to be a private warrior hiding in your closet thinking that there's not somebody out here in this world who wants nothing more than to hold you in your pain and your suffering, to hold your hand and your heart and to say, I'm with you and not to judge you. because we all have our own convictions. We all have our own belief system. But I'm just here to say this particular channel is a place to be energetically held. So you do not have to do it in silence. And you do not have to pay for a support, because not everyone can afford to have a wellness coach. Not everyone can afford to go to a trauma therapist or a shaman or what have you. So I feel so called more than ever to say that whatever kind of pain your heart is in, to know that you don't have to do it alone. I am here. I love you, and I'm holding you always. If you would like to work with me, private one-on-one, I offer that within my home in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, or Zoom sessions. And if we do it online, we can record it and share it with you for later. I'm only putting that plug out to say, like, if you want my individual attention, if you want private energy healing and channeling messages from spirit, it would be a good idea to reach out to me one-on-one, as I can't do that in this particular space, this platform. But I will have this platform free of charge so that you are not alone. Like I said in the very beginning of this video, you're having a hard day, you feel like you need to hide in the closet to cry? No. I mean, yeah, sure, crying is a somatic release. I would never say to hide it. I'm just saying, turn me on, look into my eyes, connect into my heart, and know that you are being held. I think I'm going to leave this here. This was a lot to digest. I shared a lot more than I thought. I wasn't sure if I was going to share my medication journey, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea and tell you need to be off the medicine. I am just going to say, like, if you've tried all the things and you are still very much in like your pain and your suffering, there might be another avenue. There might be something else to try. And yes, I'm not doing the energy work in this video, but try it in my other videos. Allow yourself to receive and feel it, to get some of the weight off of your body. Energy work is really about balancing your chakras. And if you don't know what that means, it's a fancy way. I'm just going to use like the analogy of like the vessel, your veins, and the blood flowing through your body. Like if there's any kind of blockages in there, you're going to have trouble with circulation, you're going to have trouble with your heart, you're going to have all kinds of things. It's the same with your chakras. If you've got blockages in your energy body, you're going to be experiencing a lot of pain and discomfort. And that's something I can help you with. So with that, if this video resonated with you, if you are feeling me in any kind of way, I would encourage you to like, subscribe to this channel. If you want to receive notifications that I have new videos coming up, hit the bell. If you're like, all right, well, Christina, this isn't necessarily me, but like I have a girlfriend or I have a cousin, I know someone that this could really use you, please, I say pass me along, because we are in this together. I am you, you are me, we are one. Let's use this time to just hold each other and love each other, regardless of like who we are out in the world. Let's just use this sacred space to come together and connect heart to heart. And with that, I love you.